Narayana Vasudeva Hari Om Hari Om.
To let you know the rules of the game, we are the silence, and sometimes a question about something will gurgle up through one of us, and that will surface, and then we'll cogitate, and I'll respond and all that stuff. And the only thing that will break the silence will be a question. Your questions can be as irrelevant or devious or self-centered or magnanimous. It's important that you know how to use the silence well. It's called surfing the silence. And sometimes you go into the silence deep inside, the peace, the isness inside us.
Namaste, Ramdas. I don't have a question, but I just love your Neem Karoli Baba stories or any of your stories from Hindu mythology, so I'm just trying to welcome you into one.
My first trip to India, and it was only the fourth darshan that I'd had with my guru Neem Karoli Baba. I was up near the front, near the tucket, and the school principal in a suit, and he had his hand on Maharaji's foot, and I was jealous. Now, this from 4 days ago, when I said I wouldn't touch anybody's feet. That only took 4 days till I was jealously, and finally the man was called, and he was pulled his hands away from the foot, and I greedily took his place, and I reached for his foot, and his foot retreated under the blanket. There was a teaching. What it is, we don't know. He might have had an itch or something. But it led me to seek his feet. Foot fetishes. This whole period is silence, unless you have a pressing question. So now we'll start the question period. Yes?
I remember reading in your book, either the manager tapes or Christopher DeMille, about the differences between romantic love and spiritual love. And even though I read it and nodded my head, I just spent 4 months diving wholeheartedly, so to speak, into a romantic love. She left me last Monday, and I'm dying. What can I do with the intern before this healing, or how can I grieve? I mean, what do I do? This has never happened to me.
You die.
I have a question. First, I want to thank you for your smile. I want to thank you for your smile. And I've been struggling with feeling satisfied with my existence, and
with feeling what?
Satisfaction with my existence, just satisfied. And I don't know if I could describe it better than that. And it has to do with trying to shake or enjoy the images I feel like society would like me to fit into, but I don't really want to. And how I get caught up in starting to be in and project an image.
You get caught up in what?
In projecting an image.
Projecting an image.
Trying to, so that I can get attention, or that I can get love.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to just come back into satisfaction with my own existence.
Who is this I that we're talking from?
I don't know.
You know who you are. Your individuality seems secure. So you're either I, the ego, or I, the soul. One of them is dissatisfied. And one of your eyes is just watching her go through her life. Did I answer your question?
I'll let you know in a couple days.
Hi, Ramdas. What do you think of when you first open your eyes in the morning? And how are you feeling today?
What do you think about and you open your eyes in the morning? And how are you feeling now? I feel pretty cheerful in the morning. I'm in California. How am I feeling now? Stoned. You asked, I gave.
I thought you were going to say something, that you say something to your guru first thing in the morning. I always say, Jai Shri Ramana, Jai Jai Ramana Om.
You know, you're right. The first thing, I have a big picture of him, and I open my eyes, and there he is. So that is the first thing. Yeah.
For those of us who don't have a guru, I wake up in the morning, most mornings, anxious. And, when I've been more, careful, I've had morning prayers or that sort of thing. But most of the time, I just wake up anxious, and I'm wondering if you have any suggestions or something that would help, something short, not a whole list of morning prayers, but something.
How about my guru?
Your guru doesn't work for me.
He doesn't work for you? He works for all people, including me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In the last couple of years, I've had a lot of knee injuries, and I've lost a lot of mobility. I'm no longer able to do sports, can't walk long distances, and I wonder if you'd like to comment a little bit about coping with the loss of mobility. Because even though mine is not as severe as where you are today, it's been very emotionally difficult to not be able to keep up with my peers, even in simple walking.
You could treat the knee as a primary object, like they do in Theravadan Buddhism. They usually treat the breath as the primary object, but here your consciousness is on your knee. I didn't satisfy you, did I?
No, I was just wondering if you would comment about dealing with the loss of mobility.
My friends don't walk. So I've got this funny, you've got the walking friends. So either you change your friends. I've been having a terrible time because the wheelchair is so damn comfortable. I mean, it's not really, really comfortable, but you wheeled everywhere. Airport lobbies, that's where it's fun. Are you a technician?
Yes. At your service, sir. Satisfied?
That's it.
Okay, where's my tip?
Okay. So this is so comfortable. And I had one really funny experience. You walk through a plane, either they give you a little thin wheelchair to come down the aisle, but you gotta leave your wheelchair at the door. So I couldn't handle the little, turn it over like a fish into your seat. Because they got the arms. So I bring my cane. It's a 4-prong cane to the door, from my seat to the door, and right at the door is the pilot and the stewardesses and steward, and then there were passengers and all. I did this pirouette, you see, of I was getting off my cane. It's called a transfer. Getting off my cane and getting into the wheelchair. And my pants fell down. I mean, I looked around at them. Little kid, Mommy. I'm not, my athletics come in consciousness, not in body. And the only thing that I had to give up is golf. And I really didn't mind. Am I answering it?
Ramdas, I have a beautiful 18-year-old daughter still living at home, and she's very confident with her ego self right now. And I'm challenged by keeping a big mind and letting her play in this big field. Do you have any suggestions for an 18-year-old?
Would the answer trust her? After all, she is your daughter.
It's challenging.
I know it's challenging. It is dreadfully challenging. Dreadfully. You can trust her, and you can do what you can do to make yourself a soul, and then look at her as a soul. It takes one to see one. So as long as you're identifying with your role, mother or friend or anything, you instead get identifying with your soul. And then talk to her soul talk. Like, you and I have incarnations. In this one, you're the daughter and I'm the mother. And the set of rules, the game. You're going to teach her the game. You can teach her as a soul teaching soul, not as a mother teaching a daughter.
Okay, so next question.
Okay.
Then I struggle with, like this young woman in front of me talked about the labels of how you should. And then I struggle with my current husband and my ex-husband with their imposing their values on me as how I should react to her.
Okay, now 1 second. Wait. What is the question in there?
Can you come over to my house and fix it?
No, sorry. I've got my own family. What was the question?
So my question is, if I feel comfortable relating to my daughter as from soul to soul, but my husband and my ex-husband think I'm nuts for doing it.
Aren't they souls too? Yes. When you're a soul, don't worry. Although it's kind of interesting to use souls for worldly power. Sometimes when I remember I was the chairman of the board of the Seva Foundation, and I was over in Nepal, and I was visiting with the Minister of Health, and I needed some things from him, and he needed some things from me. And I sat down on the opposite side of this desk, and our eyes locked. Just here. And we were merged in awareness. And he wasn't the minister, and I wasn't the chairman, and at that point, we were locked in the one consciousness who is compassionate. The lock-in was from the way we were locked in was in the place where we had to be compassionate, not had to be. Our genes were set for compassion.
Ramdas, do you have any questions?
What are we doing here?
Mine also.
It's yours also.
You share.
Want to share? Well,
Share.
okay, share. It's probably something to do with the soul going from incarnation to incarnation, and it must be a bee going from flower to flower, and it does something to the bee, makes it more. The soul has only one motive: to merge with the beloved. So, from a soul's point of view, this must make sense. That's all I can know. Because we are living in the sandpaper age. We're getting sanded down with W. It's like a there must have been a good reason that you and I came here.
Why does there need to be a reason?
Well, a reason satisfies our minds, and our minds are part of God. Whoa. Yeah.
I've struggled with that notion that so what's my reason for being here? Like probably most of us. And I kept thinking that I needed to succeed at this reason. Otherwise I wouldn't be fulfilling the point of being here. And out of the blue yesterday, I was just sitting in the hills behind our house. I thought to myself, who do you need to succeed for? Who's succeeding? At what? And my mind went stone cold, just blank. I couldn't think of anything, and I couldn't think that there was any relevance or any point to having any reason. It was just it's just the joy of experience. That doesn't even sound right. I fell into a void space. That's not a good word for it either. Of course, my mind didn't
A
start
reverie.
thinking. Oh, yeah.
A reverie.
Yes. So I stopped looking for a reason.
I have a reason, see, and Maharaji told me to do his work in the West. Now, I think that's a reason. I wonder, do you suppose it's transferable from me to you? You okay?
Sometimes I could use a reason. My mind gets...
There's a reason for you.
I don't know if I can do a very good job, though.
Aha, there you are. See,
That's why the question came to me then, who am I succeeding for? What is the succeeding part? I mean, is it just enough that that I gave birth to two beautiful souls and they're doing whatever it is that they do,
yeah.
which gives joy to other people, and I gave joy to them and they gave joy to me, and You know, and not to say we didn't have our arguments, but even those were full of energy and vitality. So in the trying to figure out whether I had some reason that was very important or something, I realized that it was just that I had these two beautiful daughters and a wonderful life somehow. That I didn't really do anything to deserve, but I did not deserve it either. And so
the deserve is not one of those words that takes you out to the one.
How do you mean?
Well, that's a little like the money and banking of the spiritual realms. Deserve is, I deserve. In Hinduism, there is leading a good life, just as you've described it. And I've been so spoon-fed on the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. A good woman is the spiritual heart of the family. And if you can do that, you're doing what you can do for Maharaji. See, Krishna said to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, do what you do, but dedicate it to me. Do what you do as flowers for me. And to let this discussion between mother and daughter be a one soul acknowledging the other soul. Ooh. Wow.
I think I'm here to develop an appreciation for sushi and hot tubs.
Wait a minute. He had to what to?
Develop an appreciation for sushi and hot tubs.
From what and hot tubs?
Hot tubs and sushi.
Oh, sushi. I thought you said fishing. It's quite a different matter.
But that's not my question.
Sushi and hot. Yeah. You don't do them at once, do you?
What?
You eat the sushi in the hot tub?
I'm still learning. But I have been in a process, it seems my whole life, but particularly right now, of some hard sandpaper and change and letting go. And I seem to be vacillating between anger and resentment and control of the past. And
Wait a minute. I'm going slow.
Okay.
No, I'll speed up and you speed down. Okay.
I'm stuck between anger and resentment over change and surrender and forgiveness. And it would be nice to just wake up and just surrender, but that process is slower than I would like right now.
I would like. Yes. Who is that?
That would be my ego.
Okay, now,
Any insight?
what is the change?
Family, career, friends, dreams, finances, and relationships.
I think your raft is caught in white water.
Saturn return.
Saturn, yeah. Huh.
Maybe some books.
You know, I'll tell you. Wait a second. This is preparing you for the real big change, which is death. Death is like a Maha LSD trip. And now you're getting like a little mini thing. Change is, and now where I am, I'm 70 years old. About change comes age. You think everything is stable, and it's all changing. And that stage of life, to get ready for it, is to confront change. You're having a great confrontation with all those things changing. But look what's hanging on to what? One quick way out is through the witness, and get to the point where you witness this whole thing, and then bringing your awareness to witnessing, and then you pull back your awareness from the character in the melodrama, and what I call identify